Hey my beautiful Pisces peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you with your mid-April 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope all is well. Just want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. I'd love to meet you guys over there. Nonetheless though, let's see what we got going on here for the fish and we'll see what's popping here for Pisces. What information is going to be rolling on in here for the zodiac sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-April 2023. What information do we got showing up here at this time for the zodiac sign of Pisces? Let's go ahead and take a look, starting out here with the overall energy for you. And we have here the strength card coming out. So strength card energy could be dealing with a Leo possibly. So some of you might be connecting with a Leo. Typically it's kind of the vibe here of holding back rather than being confrontational or rather than being straight up. So there's an energy here of holding back. Seems like you're holding back from doing something. All right, let's go ahead and have a look here at your current situation. Okay, we got cards flying out. First card is going to be the Princess of Pentacles, or sorry, the Prince of Pentacles. All right, next card here is going to be the Emperor. And then lastly, we have here the Justice. So taking a look here at your current energy and your current situation. All right, we got here a Page of Pentacles, Emperor, and a Justice card. Kind of feels to me like there is something you're half invested in, but I'm hearing like half empty, half full. So you're kind of like partially invested in a situation, but it doesn't feel like it's fully what you want to commit to and hunker down to. I do see with the Emperor card here, you do acknowledge that you have control. You do acknowledge that you're in control of your decisions and that if you wanted to pull out of this situation, you could, but you also acknowledge you could stay if you wanted to as well. You know, looking at the last card here, the Justice, the thing about the Justice is the Justice card is the card of balance, doing something that is going to be perfectly balanced, something that'll leave you happy and your situation happy. I feel like that's what you're trying to figure out right now, Pisces. You're trying to find a happy medium that's going to make you happy or somebody else happy. And at the end of the day, though, you're finding it very difficult to kind of come up with that. Because in some situations, happy mediums just aren't a reality because somebody may feel completely different based off the decisioning that you make. So I get the feeling here where it's like you're putting off a decision because you're trying to find the happy medium, you're trying to find the perfect balance. But I think that in terms of trying to find this happy medium, perfect balance energy, it might just not be a realistic option here for you. And I think that once you tap into that energy and realize, you know, maybe I just kind of have to do what's going to make me happy at the end of the day, even if it might not make somebody else happy. Once you kind of realize that, I think it's going to ease up a lot of burdens here for you. Okay, taking a look here into, you know, what you need to be aware about here this month. We got here the Lovers. All right, next card here is going to be the Four Wands. Taking a look here at two more cards, we have the King of Cups, and then lastly, we have here the Magician. Yeah, I feel like you want to vanish out of a relationship of some sort, whether this relationship is romantic, whether this is a friend relationship or a relationship to somebody within your job and things of that nature. So there's something here you want to walk away from, I think. But I think you kind of acknowledge here that the opposing energy, the opposing party, is very invested in you. So if you're dealing with somebody in love, it's like that person's very invested in you. So you're kind of nervous to like break up with them or walk away because you don't want to hurt them. And if this is a job, maybe you're like a very important person at this job and like you'd feel bad walking away from the job because if you did, it's like, you know, that would be a big loss. So I feel like right now you want to vanish though. I think that that's where you're leaning more towards, Pisces. And that's why you've been so hesitant to make a move or to really make a decision or a choice here, because you know that if you walk away, you're going to leave somebody else behind hurt. Okay, so you're trying to come up with this conclusion of how am I going to be able to find this perfect balance where they can be okay and I can still be happy with the fact that I walked out of something. And I think that it's just not going to break even. You know, that's going to be my personal opinion to give to you. And it might be a little bit of the harsh reality or the harsh truth, but you know, this is going to be a situation where things won't break evenly. Especially if it is a breakup. You know, I do see somebody here who is very emotionally invested in you. And if you're like half invested in them, but really you're kind of at that point where you want to be single and explore different options, you know, the best thing, Pisces, to do is to set that person free. Even if it hurts them, it's better to set that person free than to remain in a relationship that you're only half into when they're all in, because that's unequal give and take and unequal balance. Yeah, you know, we got here 9 of Cups. I think there's something else you want to be doing here at this time. All right, for Pisceans that are dealing with love right now, this might be about you saying, I'd rather be single and have more fun and focus on building my finances. You know, maybe I'm just at a place in my life right now where a relationship doesn't seem to be my top priority. And that's totally okay too. You know, if a relationship at this time in your life is not top priority, that's totally fine. You know, maybe this is about, listen, I kind of want to start my own business. I've been working at this job or company for many years. I know they love and appreciate me, but I kind of want to go veer off on my own path and try something new. If that's the case here, I say go for it as well. You know, same thing with friends. Maybe somebody just doesn't resonate with you anymore and you feel like you need to take a step back right now in life and, you know, do you or associate with different people. So you're going to be involved in a situation, Pisces, where it's not going to break evenly here, but that's okay. You know, it's always going to be better for you to not keep yourself essentially in a situation that makes you unhappy. It's going to be best for you to put yourself where you're going to be happy. And most importantly, it's going to be better for the other person or the other situation, because staying involved in something you don't really want to be in is not going to make you happy or the other person happy ever. It's just only going to delay the inevitable, which is that feeling of you wanting to take flight and do your own thing. All right. So definitely don't postpone any kind of endings. If endings are something you're kind of interested in here at this time, is what I would say for Pisces. Is there anything else that Pisceans need to be aware about throughout mid-April? We have here the Five of Wands. We have here the Two of Cups. We have here the Ten of Pentacles. And we have here the Seven of Cups showing up as well. Yeah, I just really feel, Pisces, you know, Five of Wands here to the Two of Cups. If you stay in your current circumstances, if you stay in your current environment that, you know, you're only kind of like half interested in, I feel like it's only going to create conflict for you. It's only going to create that feeling of restlessness, of wanting to adventure, of wanting to explore, of wanting to find someone or something new. So I get that sense of like, if you stick around in this current environment, it's not going to benefit you. It's going to make you feel more stressed out, and it's going to make you feel more antsy for what's to come here moving into your near future. We have here 10 of Pentacles. We also have here the 7 of Cups. You know, I think that the more you kind of open yourself up to new opportunities, new ideas, new people, that's where you're going to find abundance, because 10 of Pentacles here is abundance. So you're going to stumble upon where you need to be when you start allowing yourself to go with the flow and explore other options. I think that if you continue to stay limited and keep yourself stuck in a situation right now that's not fully fulfilling you, you know, you're going to end up coming out of this whole thing feeling stressed and feeling uneasy, and still, once again, feeling that restless energy of needing to adventure and needing to explore. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys here so far, jumping into your mid-April. You know, my best advice for Pisceans is, whatever situation this is, you might feel guilty or worried that, you know, walking away from somebody is going to really severely hurt the other person. But even if it does, unfortunately, you have a right to live your life and be happy, and it's not going to break even though you're trying to find a way to make this a balanced distance, you know, breakup of some sort. Okay, whether it's about breaking up with your job, your friend, or possibly breaking up with somebody you dealt with in love. All right, real quick, is there anything else that Pisces needs to be aware about before we move forward? All right, we have here the Princess of Pentacles. We also have here the Queen of Cups, or sorry, the Four of Cups. Yeah, I think that the more you keep giving here, the more distant you're going to feel. The more you keep giving to this person, or the more you keep giving to this job or this friendship, the more disconnected and detached you're going to feel. Because you're at a level, Pisces, where it almost kind of feels to me like you started off being half interested in whoever this is or whatever this is. But over time, that interest is going to keep on fading and fading and fading until you're at that point where you're kind of not interested at all. So I think you need to have the talk here with the person you're dealing with. And, you know, this is a very real world, real life kind of situation that we're looking at here in mid-April. And I want you to know, Pisces, there's no judgment whatsoever coming from me, because this is totally normal. And I want you to understand that it's normal, because I think a lot of people look at individuals who will break up with a person, walk away from a situation, and everybody will look at the person who's the dumper and not the dumpee and be like, you're a bad person, and point fingers. But that's just not necessarily the truth. I think that we save people a lot of heartache in the future by saying, listen, this isn't working out, if it's honestly not working out. You know, there's a difference if you're, you know, sticking around with somebody that you don't want to be with and then you're cheating on them on the side, but that's not the energy I'm seeing here, Pisces. If you're not happy with somebody, you want to be honest with them about that. So it's better to be honest with people always, even if the truth hurts, because you're saving that person and yourself a lot of heartache and headaches in the near future. So I wouldn't look at you ever with judgment here, and I just want you guys to know that. And I think that, you know, as, you know, real world and as tough as this energy can be, it's something that's super important to always make sure that if we're not interested in something anymore, never stay involved in something that's half-assed. Never stay involved in something that you just don't really see much of a future in, because not only are you going to waste that person's time, but you're going to waste your time as well. And your time is precious and valuable. Don't waste it. Okay. All right, guys, let's move on forward and see some advice from the universe. All right. Is there going to be any advice coming in here from the universe for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April 2023? And what do we got? We got here the Tower, we got here the Fool. Yeah, I think that's all I need to pull in terms of advice too, right? Because basically we're getting kind of like the same repetitive message over again. So the Tower here, you know, it's time to go ahead and walk away, to break away from what you have. And the Fool card, it's time to set yourself free. You know, the Tower card's about a situation or foundation in your life that's no longer working for you. And the Fool card says, hey, it's time to start a new journey to find that new foundation. So Pisces, I think you need to have the talk, in quotations, the talk here with somebody. I don't know who this may be to you, whether it's your romantic partner, your friend, your family member, or your lover. There's definitely time here to, or there needs to be time here to have that conversation. You know, what's the most likely outcome if Pisces stays in this, you know, half fulfilling situation right now at this time? We got here the Eight of Wands, we got here the Judgment. You know, if you stick around, you're still inevitably going to walk away, is what the tarot is saying here. But what's going to happen here is you're going to delay walking away, and it's going to only bring more stress to you, and it's only going to bring more pain to them as more time progresses. What's Pisces' best likely outcome if they decide to walk away here in general, jumping into mid-April? And we got here the King of Wands, and we got here the Hierophant. Beautiful. So King of Wands here says, you know, you're going to find your new interests. You know, you're going to be able to move forward here in a much better mentality and attitude. And Hierophant card, you're going to start committing to you and your needs and your wants and what makes you happy at this time. What's going to be the outcome of the person or situation that Pisces is walking away from? And we have here the Devil, and we have here the Ten of Cups. It's like they're going to be in a space and time where at first it's going to be hard to let you go, but inevitably they're going to find where they need to go too, because Ten of Cups here is alignment to something fulfilling. So let's say, for example, you're a Pisces and you're breaking up with somebody romantically. It's like they're going to find their amazing person. They're going to find their Ten of Cups, their soulmate, once you let them go and set them free. You know, if this is a job, it's like, okay, you're walking out of a job, they're going to miss you, but then they're going to find somebody that they really, really like that comes on into that job as well. So it's like whomever this is you're leaving behind, they're going to find their alignment as you find yours. So I wouldn't fear or worry too much for them, because it's going to work out for them at the end of the day, which is basically the general gist and idea of what I'm trying to tell you here at this time. Okay. All right, though, Pisces, not too shabby. I know, guys, that it could be like an intense reading, but I want to give you guys that tough love of like, know that you're not doing anything wrong. Know that what you're doing is totally okay. It's normal. And, you know, as much as it may suck to hurt somebody else and let somebody else down, you have to think of your life too and your happiness too. And you also have to think about, you know, if I stay involved in something I'm not really happy in, that's not doing the other person any good either. Okay. So keep in mind though too, guys, for everybody watching, this doesn't have to be strictly about love and romance. You could be breaking away from a friendship. Maybe a friendship just isn't working out for you anymore. You could be breaking away from, maybe you live with somebody, Pisces, and you're like, listen, it's just a little too much having this roommate and I need to go ahead and find my own apartment, right? It could be something like that, or it could be work related. So don't, you know, only limit this to love. Okay. It could definitely be manifesting in various different other areas of your life. Maybe it's time to break away from a car. You know, you might have a car that has sentimental value, but it's got way too many freaking problems, you know? That definitely could be the case here for some of you too. But Pisces, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here to your mid-April 2023 tarot reading. Of course, it won't resonate for everybody out there, but if it is your story, hopefully I helped out for you guys and provided as much insight as possible. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And of course, guys, once again, if you're interested in personal readings, services, and any sort of, you know, products and so much more on my website, feel free to check it out. It's going to be the first link in my description box below. But Pisces, I love you. Have a great and amazing rest of your April, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.